Now let's see the lab server setup. So what is the minimum hardware requirements for Splunk Enterprise in our lab servers? Because yeah, in real time we will have a big infrastructure and our company will give all the resources. But now in a lab server, we should reduce the cost, right? Obviously. So what server we are going to select? So let's say for indexer, the ideal requirement is like a 12 CPU core means we can select 2 CPU core. So in our lab server setup, you can select 2 CPU. Of course, there will be performance impact, but that's okay. It's a lab server setup. And for memory, ideally you should select 12 GB in your companies like if you're creating, but if you're creating a lab, 4 GB RAM is fine. And when it comes to disk, yeah, so you can in a real time you should get high performance storage like at least minimum of 500 GB. That's what like if a cluster environment that is suggested minimum. Yeah, but in lab server like we are not going to index that much data, right? So let's have 30 GB of GP3 disk and OS. Yeah, 64-bit Linux in real time as well. So let's use a Red Hat in lab server. So that should be fine because that is what we have used in while preparing the training. Yeah. And same goes for the searched as well. So the ideal requirements are different. We are going to use the lowest server so that we can get a less cost. So you can use a 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM and 30 GB of hard disk and OS obviously Red Hat. And for the other components like heavy forwarder license server and monitoring console deployment server, for those things, ideally we should have like a 12 CPU cores and 12 GB RAM and like a minimum 250 GB or like 64-bit. But yeah, in lab servers we can use the less one. I think this is same. So basically we are going to use the same resources for all three, searcher, indexer, and all the other components because it is a lab. So don't worry about it. But in a real time, you have to follow the minimum requirements suggested by Splunk. As a first step, we have to create the record for servers for our lab setup. So here we have to create 7 servers. So one indexer, one searcher, 2 heavy forwarders, and one monitoring console, one license manager, one deployment server. So these are all the components we are going to use. So for that, we have to create 7 servers now. So let's create it in AWS console. And the same way, you have to create 7 servers. I'll show you how to create one server. So you can follow and you can create the 7 servers. To create the servers, first log into your AWS console and go to EC2 page, and then you can select the region whichever you want. So I'm selecting, let's say I'm selecting Mumbai, and yeah, let's go to that instance is running. Yeah. And you see there is a launch button. You can click on launch instances and you can give a name here. So first let me create an indexer one. I'm giving a name here, and we have to select the Red Hat. Like in the OS section, we have to select the Red Hat and then scroll down. Yeah, 64-bit chip architecture, that's fine. And here we have to select a T2 medium, select T2 medium. And yeah, here you have to create a new key pair. So create only this time you create a new key pair, and next time onwards you can select the key pair. You see here it's already listed here, but for you it might not be listed. So what I would suggest is create a new key value pair saying like Splunk admin 100, something like that, so that it relates to our course. You can create a key pair and you see it gets downloaded. Please keep this in a safer location. I would prefer to keep it in download so it will be easier, but yeah, you can keep it wherever you want. And you see it's automatically selected. So next time onwards, don't create a new key value pair, just go ahead and select the like same key value pair. Okay, yeah. And the network level, yeah, so like you can create a new security group, or like you can select the same one, like you can go and select the default one. Select the default. I would suggest you to select the default security group. So in future we can discuss in detail, but now select the default security groups. And the storage, so increase it to 30. 30 should be fine for now, but in the future we can add it if you required. Yeah. So on the right side, you can see the summary. So number of instances one, and software images Red Hat, and T2 medium. Firewall security group is default, and volume is 30 GB. So once you have these details correctly populated here, you can click on launch instances. See, it says successfully launched the instance. Click on that ID, and you should start seeing your instance here. So click on refresh. It might take a few moments to reflect it because it is creating in the backend. Okay, yeah, it is running now. So now let's create one more instance, launch instance, and here I'm going to give a search head, search underscore head, and yeah, select the Red Hat, and yeah, you select the instance type, and yeah, here you see key value pair. And now you don't need to create it. You can just select the Splunk admin 100. Okay, and yeah, you can go to the security group and you can select the default one and storage change it to 30. That's it. So now we can click on launch instance. Now this also gets launched. So like this, you have to create all the 7 servers which are mentioned in that slide.